What is up, y'all? Guess who's back?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Oh, that was a good tone.
Oh. All the sheeshes in the world. Folks,
Big
welcome
sheesh.
back. This is episode 47. We made it.
We're getting up there.
We thought we would never make it, but the producer lounge prevails.
Yes, we do.
We knew we'd make it.
Yeah, we did. This is the Producer Lounge. Welcome, everyone. This is our podcast live show
right.
that we talk about swords and music production. Our guest, King Arthur, couldn't make it, but he managed to drop off Excalibur, so
Yeah.
it's good.
Very nice reference.
You're welcome.
Off the top of the dome?
Yeah.
Banger.
Well, what are you gonna do? You know, you make
Be
bangers,
sick as fuck, I
you think
guess.
bangers. You know.
Yeah.
We're just out here as a producer lounge. What do you do in a lounge full of producers?
Drop references.
Make bangers.
Oh.
The references are also bangers, so yeah. You know? Swords,
Boy, oh boy.
swords go boom. That's right. Aquat, what's up?
Welcome
Love
back,
to
buddy.
see it, bud.
Oh, this is great. This is actually a good tip of the week. We'll give Aquat says, I was thinking of buying a new VST. I don't know which one I should get. I've been thinking about FabFilter Timeless. Hope to hear what you think I should get.
Okay.
Well-
What's our suggestion?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Yeah, what do you
I
have?
have a couple pre-questions.
Mm-hmm.
We could narrow it down with like, are you looking for an effect like Timeless
Like a
because it's
delay?
a delay? You looking for like a reverb delay type of thing, or are you looking for like a really good EQ? Because FabFilter also makes probably the best EQ.
Yeah. Maybe even compressor.
Yeah, their compressors
Or
also amazing.
Limiter.
They're kind of sick as fuck.
I don't know if they have a.
FabFilter things are great.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
have a subscription. They should,
Mm.
because that would be legit. Like $10
Yeah.
a month gives you all the FabFilter stuff.
Right. You'd be paying that off for like 10 years, though.
Audio Doctor.
What up, Audio Doctor?
Sure. First time chat.
Austin.
How do you know my name?
I don't know, but
Who the
you're
fuck is
smoking.
that?
But you're smoking.
Oh, it's fucking Dylan. What's up,
Of course,
buddy?
Of course, the 3 in there.
The 3.
Didn't I
was
book
like,
you for the show,
Someone stalking
Dylan,
me, dude?
again?
Someone fucking.
Did I hit you up recently?
Come on.
We want you back on.
We want you to come on
Come sit next to Papi.
and all over the show.
Saturn
get
is good.
it on here. You have Pro Q3, sick. Saturn, Pro C2, Volcano. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, then I would go Timeless 3 if you're going to go Timeless. The newest one is sick.
What do you
it's
have
wild.
other than FabFilter, though?
That's true.
He has Vintage Verb.
And again, what do you want to do with this plugin? Like, are you
Right.
looking for mixing, something to help with the mixing, something to help with your creativity,
You want
know?
something weird and experimental?
right?
Because I've been
there's
playing with a spectral delay lately, and you can get some weird shit from that baddie.
In Ableton?
isn't that just Ableton native?
No,
Oh.
you're thinking of grain delay, right?
Oh,
Maybe
don't they
spectral
have a-
delay is a Melda.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's
Does it
just
cost
like
money?
Is
yes.
it? Yeah, but it might be. It might be one of the cheaper ones.
Austin's rolling in it, so
Yeah, you know what I mean, man.
he doesn't really think about the money so much.
Just throw
A
it
vintage
everywhere.
verb.
It's whatever.
It's more chromosomes that I can express. Thank you, doctor.
Classic Dr. Bit.
My chat legit broke, but yeah, it's more creatively. Oh, I see. Well,
Creative.
yeah. Okay, so he wants it for more creative things.
Okay.
Have you seen the Freak Show Industries?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Do you know of these Aquat?
Dude, they're so sick and
Yeah,
super
freak show.
playful, and they look great.
They're not like, it's hard to use them in any like meaningful way.
Mhm.
So they're perfect for just like,
creativity.
you don't know what to do and you're like, let's just throw this on the master.
Yeah, just
You know.
resample everything. Fucking back. What is it? Backmask it.
Here, man, we'll go.
Yeah, the this stuff is great because you can just steal it from them. They allow you to steal it,
Yeah.
aka free. So you could just download these immediately.
Yeah.
Boom.
Get all three of these off the bat.
Freakshowindustries.com. And yeah, all you got to do is like I want Mishby. It's this weird thing. And you just hit steal. And then you're like, I don't want to pay any of these amounts. I still want to underpay. And then you can get it for whatever you want.
Can you not do it anymore?
Oh,
You are
maybe
here to
not.
Still, Mishby, consider
Let's see.
paying less instead.
Oh no, so you still probably can then.
Oh, maybe
Just
there's
over
just
here.
a download right there on that last page. Who knows?
Oops. I'm sorry, folks. That was silly.
Caleb.
I know.
Yeah, so Mishby is basically a distortion unit that has some little like wow flutter kind of thing built in, a downsampler, and some weird out just glitch, a glitch maker, the Glitch Master 9000. And then Backmask is some sort of like
Maybe they
reverse
Aren't
plugin
doing it
thing.
for free anymore.
Damn, that sucks.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, so you can
Choose
do
this
this.
life of crime.
You can do $10 and then hit
They're so
underpay.
funny.
And then here you
Right.
can choose, I don't give a fuck. And then you get this guy. They constantly just troll you until you hit steal, and then you have to register and log in.
Yeah,
And then,
which you can at least give them that. Come on.
right. But yeah, it's free. It's slick.
Yeah.
And those are super fun.
Those are fun for creative things.
Yeah, LOL, 100%. They're wild.
All right. They also
Uh,
like don't really even tell you what the knobs do, so you kind of just have to twist shit and hear and like figure it out and hope for the best, which kind of just adds another weird layer of like exploration and experimentation.
Right. We've talked about them on the show before.
Yeah.
Sound Goodizer. That's Sound Good Somethinger.
Dude, Sound Good Eye's the master.
What's the favorite delay here? What does everybody use for delay?
Timeless 3.
I've been playing with Timeless 3 lately.
Yeah.
Also, I just got it. It's wild. It's making me think about delays a lot differently.
I'm trying to just like master it, basically. So I'm trying to use it like every time I need either a simple one or something fun. I'm like trying to fucking hammer it home so I can get used to it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, yeah, Timeless is what I use when I want a third-party one. I usually just use the stock delay,
Sure.
though, in Bitwig.
Which one?
One or two. Yeah, I never go to the 4 one. That one
Four's-
gets intense.
It's a little intense. Yeah.
2's good if I need it to be wide, but a lot of the time I don't really care so
Yeah, you
much
just
about
need a
that.
delay.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I can make it wide otherwise, like putting something before it or after it or whatever.
Doctor brought up arcade bundle from Output. So it's another interesting
Yeah.
one to look into.
Portal is also
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Portal is
I
wild.
don't know if that one's more expensive or...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've always wanted to use that one. I've seen Eliminate uses that one a lot. It's like as a little baby plugin. Besides 8 OTTs in a row, you know, the Octagon
Sure.
classic. But yeah, Portal seems cool. You got to check that out.
Portal is sick for just preset skipping. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
Right.
When you're
pulling it around.
flattening as you go and you just skip through presets as it's playing and record it all. It's a fun little trick. Yeah. Tip of the week. Record on another channel, record a channel that you're working on and pull up some weird plugin and then just skip through the presets as it's playing.
Yeah.
And you'll get some fun sounds out of that,
Right.
whatever that's called.
Yeah, it's weird lately. I haven't been like relying on plugins as much to get like the effects I need, you know?
Right.
Like more of like the creative side or an experimentation side is coming from just like stretching samples and
Yeah.
pitching and like
Yeah.
or just from the box, like from the synth, you know? Which is weird because it used to be the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw this one video
Same.
at like my year mark making music where you like don't really know shit, and it was a video with Getter, and he's going over his track Colorblind, and in there he has this little moment where he's like, guys, it's all about the processing, and he literally just had like a triangle wave that was like FM'd basically, and just like like a chain, you know,
Right,
like
right.
20 or 30 like whatever, all the bullshit ever, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I should process everything so much to the max from now on.
Back in the day.
Yep. Not necessarily the move. You can get cool stuff out of it, but
Sometimes.
yeah, because I mean, that's what Getter does, and he's fucking goddamn Getter. He's killing it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't. It kind of depends.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can do less. Less is more. But
Mhm.
doesn't mean you can't get a similar result with a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
It's just more to manage.
Yeah.
Depends on how much you want to manage.
Yeah, especially if you're doing just like a session dedicated to like making mud pies or whatever. Just throw as much shit at the wall as you possibly can. Just see what happens, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's usually how it goes with me. I'm just like kneading bread. Like once I realize there's something in there, I'm just gonna sit there and just keep doing shit. Just keep like purposely with like, no, that's not good enough. No, that's not good enough. No, that's not good enough. Because something will hit. And when it hits, you're like, oh, and then it gets you a little closer, and then more often things will hit, and you start getting closer and closer until it's like, oh,
Yeah.
there's the thing. You know, that's kind of like a weird way to describe it, but it's basically how it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timeless 3 is dope, dude. It's a good buy.
Yeah.
Fab Filter is number one. He said he has. Oh yeah, Saturn 2. Saturn 2 is sick. I haven't messed with Saturn 2 yet. C2, Q3, Staples.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, a couple things we could talk about.
Let's go.
Buying it.
How important it is to vary things in your track. And
oh my god. Yeah.
like in terms of not repeating very often. So you're repeating some things, obviously, because that's music. But on a subtle scale, things are not repeating constantly. So you might have a phrase, and then the next phrase after it is basically copy-pasted, except some of the slight phrasing within it is different, or it plays different notes, or it's like a later, you know, it's like slightly like behind.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's-
Like the varying can be very minor.
Yes, it could be very
You
small,
know.
but it all adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everything. With everything. Your drums. Try making one snare late
Right. Yeah.
in your whole song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At this point, I'm making a
Every
bunch of
snare,
snares late.
but really.
In house, it's a little bit different, but
Yeah,
like
true.
in like the halftime universe, just everything's off the grid.
Yeah.
It's just all just everywhere.
You can make it so sloppy and get away
Yeah,
with it. It's
yeah.
the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you could with house, but like that's not gonna make it mixable. No one's gonna want to mix that track.
No, it's got to jive.
Yeah.
It's got to jive in just the right direction or in just the right way. Like you can make it late, like you can make it shuffle, basically, but it has to be like within a certain degree.
Yeah.
Somebody's vibrating. So, for example, in house, like the
It's fucking Dylan texting
Yeah, I
me.
believe it. I believe it.
Fuck off, Dylan. I'm doing a podcast. God.
the one and the 3 are pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
But you have the 8ths in between, the 16ths in between those to all kind of toy with and make things like slightly late, so you get a little bit of that, the garage kind of little bit of shuffle happening, and that's where you get all that little sauce. And then in terms of like the music and shit, yeah, you can make shit super late in house. That's what kind of makes it like fun almost, because the kick and snare are pretty consistent, and then you have a wub or whatever that's just
Yeah.
like super slow and behind.
Sluggish. Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds sick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Even a cowbell.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and then there's the classic trick of just like bringing the hat in after 8 bars or whatever, or bringing the snare in a little bit later.
Well, yeah. But
Little things like that.
you take that a step further, and those hi-hats that are coming in, each one is like off the grid slightly. One thing I've been doing with the off excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. With the offbeat ribbit. With the offbeat with the upbeat hi-hat. Yeah. What I've been doing is I take the 1 and the 3 stay on time, and then the 2 and the 4 move early.
Early, okay.
So it makes it feel like the 1 and the 3 are late, and it's been jiving in an interesting way. I've been like toying with that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Because there's a bunch of tracks where I listen, and there's like it seems like every other open is late or feels late, but it's not. And I'm like, are they early? Are they fucking with it going the other direction? You know, you can always bring it in to your DAW and do all that, but sometimes you'll do that and you don't see anything. You're like, there's some kind of fuckery happening here, whether it's like through other elements that make the hi-hats feel like that, or if you can just force it into the groove.
Yeah.
But it seems to work on the two tracks I'm working on right now. It seems to like not throw anything off.
Yeah.
But if you like listen in, it like helps the groove. But
Yeah, I love that.
Right.
I love any kind of thing where you make an adjustment over here to make it feel like this other thing is a certain way. Any of the, kind of those like little ninja producer moves.
The ninja moves.
the ninja moves.
Yeah. Like you start like a build like early or late, so it feels like it should come in at a certain time, and then there's an extra, or it comes in early or something to throw you.
Right. Yeah, those are some of my favorite things ever to do.
Mm-hmm.
I love throwing like weird late snares that are off snares. It's like out of nowhere, but it's like works with the jive of what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's great.
I always have this
Yeah.
weird thing that happens when like I always like typically do like a lazier like late swing with all my percussion and like kicks and snares and stuff. But at a certain point, I just keep making everything later and later. So by the time it's supposed to like loop, the loop like doesn't feel complete because everything is like kind of like stretched in a weird way.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to repeat it before that.
It's like exponentially just like getting slower and shit. Yeah, it's weird.
No, you kind of
Gotta
got to have
figure
it
that one
like
out.
jive back
Yeah.
every once in a while back to 0.
Mm-hmm.
But without really noticing, just one is just like, and that's where like the fill kind of moment comes in, where you have some kind of fill element or the lack of any kind of moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you start back on
that
the
does
one.
help a lot for those things.
Yeah, and then you're back on the one again.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just spread it out over a longer distance
Yeah.
and have it all kind of come back.
Right.
You know?
Oh, that's
it
true.
could be late still for a little while and then come back.
Oh, yeah. That'd be kind of fun.
It's a hard thing to do because the laziness is just real.
Mm-hmm.
Because I is it Dylan?
I think I'm calling Dylan somehow.
Dylan, how did you make him call you?
Yeah, how did you
Compound?
hack my phone, dude?
Doctor said compound versus simple meters would be good to splay out. I'm not sure I understand.
We'll have to have you talk about that when you come on the pod
Yeah,
soon.
come on the pod,
Next week
bro.
or the week after.
Also, Dylan, I don't know what you're talking about with our chroma key background. We're actually in a studio space. We're renting out this
Bro.
room. Bro. Let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah.
Next time we see you, fucking.
It's just the rendering that makes it like a little squiggly and shit. But
Yeah, the smoke isn't helping, obviously.
Obviously, Excalibur 2 is casting an aura.
It
that,
is.
Yeah.
It
You
is.
know, duh.
Excalibur 2.
Calling a fire marshal. I am the fire marshal.
Dylan, what have you been working on? Give us some juicy deets, man.
Big Claymore energy.
The
Big Claymore.
the varying things. If you can take it off of drums, basses are great for it. It's literally everything.
It is everything.
Every single thing. If you can have it, everything be different,
Slightly unique.
across.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you do want, like, one of the problems a lot of younger producers have is like doing too many things. They want to jam all the different things into a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to learn to hold back and only do a simple amount of things. And you need to learn to be repetitive in some way.
All right.
And learn
And
to
then-
build it.
Yeah. And then you have to learn to make it less repetitive once you've figured out how to make it repetitive.
Yeah,
Fucking wild
yeah.
Yep.
process. So stupid.
I mean, two of the best examples of music like that are like on the forefront is like Ivy Lab and Turn and like,
Oh yeah.
both so simple when you like get down to the roots of the tracks.
Yeah.
You're like, there's not really that much happening. There's a couple things. This is unique to just this this part, and then they move on to this thing, and then it's gone in like 2.5, 3 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always fire.
Yep.
Just something to keep in mind, you know.
Yep. Even like if you go and listen to Mr. Bill's like back catalog till now, his new shit's way more fucking like repetitive and simple now than it used to be.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Right.
But he's not a good example of simple, really.
No, but it is just kind of the evolution of. It's just like the maturing of electronic music. People
Yeah.
are like, oh, we don't have to. If every song is kind of like to a point disposable, it's like, why does it have to be the most epic, filled with stuff?
Yeah, it just
ever?
needs a bang in the club.
Yeah, it just needs to like be cool.
That's a good point.
Just
good
needs to be
point.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just one simple thing. Especially, in the club, it's totally different than like Spotify plays.
Such a different
Like
thing.
if you're
Yeah.
if you're just trying to
Oh my
like
God.
make fun music as an artist and be like,
for
I want to play
Spotify
this.
or whatever.
Well, no.
Oh, right.
On the other end, if you want to just like make cool music and then go play it around for people as an artist, you're playing like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes max of each of those songs.
Yep.
Why are you worrying about the last 2 minutes of the song? You might not
Right.
have to. Like,
Oh yeah, this was a thing that we were talking
we
about.
could-
talking about.
we could segue.
We could segue right into that.
this
so
could extend
smooth.
to you guys in chat. Let me know what you think.
Yeah. Little question.
Or in the comments below if you're on YouTube.
Yeah. Put it in the comments.
Did you say Cummins?
Those are cum mints. FYI. That's a
Comments.
mint made from mint.
Sounds horrible.
It's cum made from mint. What do you guys think about tracks that are just like an intro, a build or whatever, or no build? Like who cares? But a single, relatively longer drop, and then it just ends, and it like goes away afterwards. It ends. It has an ending. There we go.
I'm fine with it. Yeah. If that's what gets like that artist like the most stoked on their art, go for it.
Okay.
I was breaking down this
Looking-
Easy Bake track the other day, and it was like 8-bar intro and then 3 8-bar drops, and then it just ended. It's like it's just
Okay. Yeah.
get
yeah.
in, say your thing, get out.
Right,
And it was a
right.
sick song.
Because I feel like that's what you would make for the club. Like you would just make this quick one so that you could like fit it on a CD like back in the day, or on a smaller drive. You could pack more on there,
Right.
and then one that gets like radio released or whatever, you like extend
Gets
some
the
parts.
treatment.
Yeah.
and like make another drop for it or whatever.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But for the most part, like, also, like, why make a different version? Why not just, like, make a little quick ending and then also just release that?
Yeah.
Like, why does it have to have a second part?
Honestly, especially nowadays where like so many songs are only like we're hitting like the 2 minute 30-second mark, 2 minute mark. I even see songs lately that are like 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like they're getting so fucking short.
I mean, that's a little short.
It's so
It's really short.
lazy when you see them like it's a 1.5-minute long song. You're like, why did you release this?
yeah,
know,
I
it's-
could do this
so
in my
weird.
sleep.
yeah.
A minute of music. It's not
Right.
even hard at that point.
Right?
Like most new producers, I would think can come up with about a minute of something interesting.
Yeah.
But 3 minutes requires like at least a theme to be thread throughout it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't just
it's
be
hard,
like a loop.
way harder to keep the energy with 3
Right.
minutes than
Yeah.
a minute.
But 3 minutes is like pretty dope. Like if it's a dope fucking drop that like
Yeah.
continues and stays interesting and then is like, and I'm done. Like, why not? What do you guys think?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you can say a lot in 3 minutes. Like if you really wanted to, you can have so many goddamn sections in that thing, you know?
Yeah.
Or like you can be
Totally.
the dude who does like the really long drawn out sections, which is cool too. And then you like have to have a longer song. Just based off of like if you have like 2 16s on your intro and your drop is like a 32.
Yeah, depending on like how it rolls when you're writing it, it could end up being like a 4-minute long song with just like a long drop period and then
Yeah.
like an outro that's interesting, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well, how about this though?
Hmm.
I think there's a argument to say that long songs are about to make a fucking
Oh.
pop.
Oh, I hope so, dude. I
Here
hope
you
we
go.
get back to
like
that.
10 and 15-minute songs.
Oh shit, you think that long?
Mm-hmm.
What? I don't know.
You could
I
have
don't
a
know
lot
about
of fun.
10.
You could have a lot of fun with
just
10 or
evolve
15
the
minutes.
whole time. Yeah,
Sounds like
Yeah.
Dragonhawks to me.
right. So that little shit with the forest floor type bass music.
That's right. Doctor
You guys will
says-
get that one day.
Doctor says, I would say if a song has so much attention, oh my
What was
goodness.
that? Was that a follow? Oh, was that a subscriber?
Oh, McDub's coming back with a sub.
Dude,
God
Big
damn.
ups, brother. Thank you, sir.
that legend. If only we knew who that was.
This
He's here
guy.
every week dropping subs.
Oh my goodness. He says outside of the electron, or no, I would say if a song has so much attention to the 1/10 of a second portion of detail and arrangement of the song, I would mind a 1-minute song. But I also like the journey of a multi-minute track.
Yeah.
A multi-minute track. Leave it to Doctor to be
Yeah.
poetic about it.
Yeah.
Wordsmith over here, dude. Yeah.
I feel like quality and quantity are heavily debated here. I mean,
Yeah. AT and I have talked about it a lot, and it's almost like short stories versus a movie kind of a concept.
I mean, a movie, I would go back to like my older days when I'd write like operas.
I
that
know
were, like,
the 8-minute.
yeah, or
fucking-
12-minute
epic.
long.
That's
like,
what I'm talking
epic.
about,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love writing that
I
kind
hope
of
those
shit.
come back. I love those. Yeah, but
Those
there's
are-
like a time and place.
Like those would be sweet live, but you kind of, as an artist, you want to be able to participate in that 8 minutes. Like that's what's nice about a short song as a DJ, because you're constantly working the whole time listening.
Yeah, it's not really a DJ
No,
track.
it's but you gotta like, what are you gonna have a guitar part? Like you gotta have like something to do while you're playing the song, or do you not go live with it?
Or you just do the tipper methodology where you have no lights on you. You're on the side of the stage in the darkness,
And you're just hitting
there's
play
zero-
on your phone. It's like 8 minutes.
He totally could have at Red
Tipper-
Rocks, and
that
no one
is
would
what
have known.
Tipper does, actually.
Yeah,
not
literally.
known for his DJ skills. That Tipper.
No one-
I'm just kidding. He likes to scratch.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
he's
no, that's
amazing
true.
at it. But it was so funny because no one had like any like presence on the mic. There was no like, oh, McMahon's ending. Here's Tipper. It was just like a blur of everyone together, and you just have no idea. It was so weird. So if you're that kind of guy, maybe. But if you're a rhythm like 1, 2, 3, put your hands up kind of DJ, or like the festival house guy, I don't know if that's the move. Maybe keep it short.
Yeah. Well, I guess in that way, it would be a fair play on the way we like doing things, which is the artist move, the tippery style of being an artist,
Yeah.
and not the 1, 2, 3 jump, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on that. I don't want to just push play and then sit and wait for the thing to go.
Also that, right? Yeah.
Right. That's why
Not at least right now.
That's why
Yeah.
all my epics back in the day that I wrote had like a guitar part that would come in and out of it. I would do something on it
Yeah.
throughout, so I had to
Play
kind of
some
be
sax
there.
like Grizz.
No. I'd rather play the instrument I'm not as good at, but is way cooler and not in enough like cool electronic.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
Because like doing a guitar solo while there's like epicness also happening electronic wise is dope. It's like its own
It's
thing.
so hard to pull off good.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
I've seen a lot of people try.
I was lucky.
Oh,
I was lucky
not
to
good.
be introduced to SCS9 early, and they have their own vibe.
but they're
it's
doing
not
a lot
for everyone.
of pieces.
Yeah, but
That's
when the
why it's
guitar
good.
comes in, you're like, and they're tight, and it's like all the lights and it's
I
crazy.
think the problem is playing to a track.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where you have the issue. Because if you have like a bunch of pieces coming together on stage, like a drum machine and a keyboard and a whatever, all coming together, then they're getting mixed together. They're getting that like mixer love
Right.
all together, and they're getting mushed together in that way. Whereas like you're playing your track and then you're fucking haywiring over the top of it, like just sounds like a piano on top of a track.
Yeah.
And you're like, piano's too loud because obviously it's
you
got to
want
be
it-
to
yeah.
overpower the music
Right.
and for you to hear it.
Yeah.
If you were to put it in the right spot, the music would take it over.
Right.
Yeah,
just
there's none of that compression
immediately
going
masked.
on.
Yeah.
I hate that shit
Yeah, I don't like
Right.
it either.
Yeah.
so much.
Like I can appreciate the musicianship of what's happening, but it's not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do to
Dude, I have no idea.
play 7-minute long epics live?
Yeah.
You could do you're launching everything electronically, or you do it as a group, which would probably be the easiest way, like 2 to 3 guys that all do a
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah, that would be sauce.
That's basically like the way to do that, I would think.
Yeah, you need a few people.
And that mixed with the tipper vibe, where you're like not in lights and shit, you're like off to the side or whatever, like in darkness, just like doing shit. It's not like a traditional drum kit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. Thanks for the
That's
prime.
a prime right there, baby. Damn.
That one's
Doctor
going to
says,
Excalibur.
thank you for the stimulating content, you bunch of handsome, talented gentlemen. I'm a bounce. There's a monster loose in the city. I need to fight. Anime style. Well, here's your sword.
Somebody's got a spotlight with doctor
Here's
in the
your
sky, and he's
sword.
like,
Right.
"Oh God, gotta go."
Right? Oh, 400
Oh, shit.
CTYA swinging in with
Oh.
a gifted sub.
Oh,
Arcane.
Arcane Waves.
Lurking in chat, we see
Lurking
you.
up in here.
He's
I know how to
he's got
sniff 'em
called
out.
Yeah.
Smells like arcane waves up in here.
Smells like something.
Masculine fragrance.
Mm.
The musk.
Oh, it really showed up big.
Well,
I know.
that would
right?
be legit to have like a group and do that. I think that's the only way you're getting away with those long songs. Unless you're just
Yeah.
not touring. Then you could do it alone.
Yeah. Or if you're doing some sort of like
Oh,
Android Jones
you did
dome
sub
experience.
Hell yeah.
Where?
I didn't see it.
Who?
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Aquat. Oh, what? Oh, it didn't even give us the notification.
Oh.
Damn. Well, thanks,
Thank
boy.
you, man.
Yeah, where it didn't.
Fuck yeah.
Here you're not subbed, and then here you're subbed.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
You're the homie.
For some
fucking
reason,
Twitch for not showing us.
Yeah. Fucking.
I was thinking,
You suck, Twitch.
I was thinking it was McDubs, but no, that's just a him. Oh,
Might be. That's what I meant to hit. Banger sound.
well, dope, guys.
Yeah.
Should we pull up Biddy?
You want to blow up a fill?
Blow up a fill?
You guys want to blow up a fill?
Ooh, this is exciting.
Make this new series.
Blow
the
up the
icon
fill.
is
Blow up
there,
fill.
though, correct.
We're gonna have to have this.
I can look at my phone.
Yeah, keep it on your phone, boys.
Okay.
And here we have the Bitwig.
A bit wig.
In its natural habitat.
Let's just
On a computer.
kill all
computer.
this.
What?
Get rid of SonarWorks, dude.
No, not the sonar, dude.
No, we don't want that. We want one of these. Let's just get a couple audio channels. So, we were talking about this earlier. Just how back in the day it used to be hard to kind of like get your drums blown up, you know? And
Get them nice and loud and
'em-
sounding good.
at least like quickly to like be able to like continue working on a track or whatever. Like you throw in a drum fill and it's just tinny and weak and you can't get it to like hit. Next thing you know, you spent an hour and a half on the drum fill and got nothing else done. It's no good. So let's just quickly pick a quick thing and then blow it up real quick and see how good we do.
Perfect.
Sounds sick. These are just random samples from some sample pack I got a while back. They're just like hip hop roll things from like old samples. But you can probably find stuff like this on Spice. The problem with Spice though is a lot of times things like this and like anything past, even though not always, one shots is usually processed. So like if you try and look for like a fill, it's gonna be already kind of blown out. So it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to like process further.
Right.
Sample packs though, which you can still search for and buy, like they're out there. You can find just like from the wax, you know, fucking samples and shit that aren't
Yep.
like messed with, that are super weak, so you can poof them up and shit. Poof them up. So,
Inflate them.
yeah, that's right. I'm gonna start with an EQ here. Let's so it's already looking nice in terms of our curve. I like how I don't know what that little sound in the background is, but it's kind of fun.
That little high end one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Right.
Is that in the sample?
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
it is
Wow.
a sample. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna immediately just kind of.
Weird. I don't feel like I heard it when we had listened to it the first time.
So it's almost like a vocal.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Ooh.
I like that one better.
Yeah. Sauce.
Also because I don't want to deal with I mean,
That sound is annoying.
that's the thing you gotta.
Yeah.
That's a thing that'll happen. Sometimes you'll, think everything's
might
good,
want
and then
it.
you're like, yeah, it might be fine
Yeah.
in some other track where it masks it and you can't tell it's there, and it's
Yeah.
fine. You know?
Yeah, or it's like just sounds cool for it to have a
Right.
Mm-hmm.
thing
Especially
going on
once
on
you
it.
blow it up or whatever.
Yeah. Did it like auto pitch it?
I don't
Is
know,
that
did
what
it?
was making the
It
no?
isn't repitch.
Oh, it is in repitch. Man, these are just nice on their own.
Oh my
They
god.
sound
Right.
really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not bad. So I'm going to scan around. I'm not looking for anything in particular other than kind of like where I hear it like slapping, or where I hear it tonally kind of beef up, or where I hear it crispinate, if that makes sense.
The
Like
crispinator.
yeah, it's like it's crispinating like somewhere around 6K. Like that's too much fizz.
That is definitely fizz.
If you bring up 6K just a little bit, and you get a little bit extra crispiness. So I'm gonna keep that there though. Let's make another one down here for good measure. So now with our knowledge, we're gonna throw it into a clipper. Obvi.
For sure.
See where it's smacking. Let's just arbitrarily put it here. Kind of chop it off. Do we have a put a little scope here so we can see what's going on. How do you zoom out on this thing? There we go. Well, it's definitely clipping now.
Oh yeah.
And it seems fine. It seems like it's handling it okay. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah, so I don't like this little guy right here. Do you hear it kind of? It's got a little comb.
Brutal.
Ah,
Ooh, what a fun shape you made.
Wow.
there we go. So take two. We're gonna dip him down a little bit, but not a lot. I just want to get the buck tooth kind of whistle out of it, if that makes sense. No offense to people with buck teeth. And then I'm gonna also there it is. Around that to kind of preserve those transients on those toms. And we're gonna reduce. So now it's only smashing it when it gets to about here. So, anyway.
So we got an EQ with a little bit of a low cut and a little dip around 1700 hertz.
Yeah, not a lot, just to cut off any. Which
little dip.
which
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you heard it.
Yeah. I was trying to figure it out.
we're definitely not done yet.
No. Just doing a little recap for the listeners.
Mm-hmm. And then
in that
all
order.
of that.
EQ and then a slight
A soft clip.
very
a
soft
clip.
Yeah. Very just touching the soft clipper.
Right. Just kind of rounding out those those bad boys.
Now we're going to do another EQ.
We can actually keep these. Yes, we're going to continue EQing, but this time, actually before we get to this, after this EQ, we're going to saturate. So let's throw it into the saturator first. Start beefing her a little bit. Uh-huh.
Yeah, now it's hitting 0.
Turn it down.
It's crazy that all of those just now were the same volume.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what happened there?
So what I'm
Little
doing,
crunchies.
yeah, little
You hear it
crunchies.
tighten up.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty
So
sick.
here on this bottom end, also known as the quiet end of this
You could do
saturator
this in
plugin,
the M shaper.
you can do the same thing in here, where you basically take away any sound here. So it's not going to let anything happen once it gets this quiet.
Oh, it's almost like a gate
Yeah.
at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of,
I
yeah.
see. Okay.
It definitely gates.
It definitely gates, but it will add
Any kind of lower tone adds like a lot of high end distortion.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it adds
Weirdly.
artifacts. There we go.
Artifacts.
there you go.
Okay.
So you'll hear as I pull this away, it adds a lot. But that compared
There's a lot
to
of like mid-range crumble on this right now.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
compared to how it normally is with that in the background, that fuzz. Now it kind of it's dipping down every time. Just much.
Yeah, there's a
much
little
nicer.
drop off before it comes
Mhm.
back in that like little bit of space.
And it kind of almost just like adds to the groove of it. Now it's kind of giving it a pump,
Yeah.
Right.
which is pretty handy. Are going to raise this not too much. All right, now we got to have fun with this EQ here. Now that we kind of have our saturator kind of where we want it to a certain extent, we might adjust it again, but I know I want to grab some 2K. And I know I want more beef.
I feel like it's got too much in that like 1 to 800, 800 to
Yeah.
1 area.
I feel like
It's like
I'm trying to
like
figure out
boxy in that area.
where is it pushing it to.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that sounded nice.
Ah, okay. So let's do this. Okay, so what I did there was I basically found the spots that I wanted boosted and subsequently where we wanted things kind of pulled down. And I found out ways to achieve all that by just pulling down without having to boost anything.
Yep.
So I knew that I wanted where number 6 is here, like 1.2K, and like 3K, 3.5K. I wanted those a little bit pushed, and I wanted a little bit out of 2K. So pulling down around in there boosted those two things on the side of that dip.
Yep. They make them more apparent.
Right, and it allows me to not have to almost dip as much if you're listening for like the sweet spot, because they'll kind of help mask what's in between, you know. So you can kind of just like tweak it and get away with like much smaller moves, but it's all very dependent on what the sample is and dependent on what it's going into and all that kind of stuff. But there is a way to get away with like without like pushing up on the EQ. So now what I'll do is we'll do one more pusherino into the clipper. You may play. There it is.
Yeah. So it's a little EQ, very just minor EQing. Depends on obviously what the sample is that you're working with. Sometimes you'll need more or less. And then a clipper or soft clip, and then another EQ, and then saturate and clip again.
Yep.
A basic thing like that will do wonders. A little bit of this method where you go EQ, clipper, EQ, clipper.
Mm-hmm.
Clipper I'm using loosely, just like a thing that gives you clipping options. So soft clip, hard clip, whatever the type of clipping you want to do. But you're basically taking a thing, you're saturating it, you're bringing up a lot of the like lower, see, there you go. When we look at it now, side by side, these two kicks, one is like much more on the fat side
Mm-hmm. Little
than the other
chonker.
one.
I was trying to get
Look
them.
at that. Yeah, they're just thicker.
Yeah.
It's just a thicker waveform.
And
Yeah.
it's more uniform now. Like
Yeah,
this,
all
this
the
one was
dynamics are
slightly
tighter.
panned.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they're kind of at
True.
a similar... It's pretty close. So here's one after the other. Those are the same volume. And we didn't even use a transient shaper.
Nope.
That's one thing I thought about using, but I think it's holding up to the abuse of that last clipper pretty well. It would depend on what is around this for me to want to use a transient shaper into that little last clipper. Because that's one thing you could do after the saturator. You transient shape and then EQ again going into this last clipper to kind of do any last bit managing. Another big takeaway from this is EQing before your distortion.
Always.
You can
Huge.
EQ after
Huge.
also for just like quick, like make sure the top end isn't having any random fucking top frequencies you're not going to be able to hear kind of trickling back down. There's some engineering side stuff. But in terms of like figuring out where the
If you're
sauce
doing
is,
anything particular besides just like rolling off something on either side, you want to have something after it,
right?
giving it a little love.
And if you're distorting anything at any moment, EQ before it. Like that's like there's so much you can do by just like throwing it into distortion and being like, oh, cool. It's cool. It sounds cool, loud, but it's like, okay, now start dipping away at things and see where it starts to sing. And then you can push it louder or, it's just going to sound better.
Yeah. EQ and then distortion. Take that EQ and start fishing around. Push it hard into the distortion. It's a good way to figure out how this all works. Push it really hard into distortion and then just do big sweeps and shit with an EQ bell or a low pass or a shelf or, any kind of random EQ work right before the distortion. It will change drastically the way that distortion sounds.
Yeah, here, I'll give you guys a free example.
Free?
Oh, free?
Free example.
Woo!
Wow.
So we're going to do something I like to do. Stretch this out real quick.
It's the lonely single.
We're going to kind of slowly turn things back on. Okay.
It was kind of slow.
So what we're going to do, though, for example of what we were just talking about, is we can just fuck with this first clipper we have here. It won't let me grab it. There it is. Make it a little bit less soft, and then just start doing one of these.
super low one. Oh.
Yeah.
This is how techno is made.
So, what you do now
No.
is you just take these two.
Yep. Exactly.
And you just repeat those. You know? But that's just from pushing around on this thing.
Just repeat the first one. I like the tone of that one. That fucking EQ is so good too.
Some kind
is
of
it
fucking
one?
thing. It would be pretty fun.
Just a mountain into a valley. Mount Everest, Mariana Trench.
That's the dip.
I don't know
Okay.
which one is it 4? It is 4. Anyways, guys, fun things with clippers and EQs before them pushing.
We like
It's-
techno, guys.
Yeah.
we like distortion here. It's-
Distortion, bass,
yeah, there's
subs.
I feel like people like underutilize. They're just like, oh, I add warmth. Like, but do you slam an EQ into it? Like really boost one to get one of those
Yeah.
just like
Do you know how to
Like,
do that?
yeah,
Because
and-
you're going to need to know how to do that
It's
to be
pretty
in
helpful.
this new world that we live in.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's really nice for when you're trying to mix and you're trying to make something sound really clean. You know really well where the boundary is. Like you're really used to hearing the boundary and going way past it. So you can sit there and be like, oh, I can just touch it. Oh, I can just. If you're paying attention, you hear the fizz. You hear like the hitting of the wall,
Comments.
you know? Yeah. But like, if you're not paying attention, you're just like, wow, it's a good sounding track. It's like, it sounds great.
Yeah.
But every time the kick hits, you get a little bit of joy because it's, you know, you know how close to the
Oh, yeah.
wall it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and the people know too, because it hits hard
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
when you do that shit.
They'll know.
Oh, they
They'll
know.
If they don't know, they will know.
They know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we dropped some knowledge bombs on you today.
Folks, they know.
Oh, they know. They know.
Oh, they know.
They know. They know, dude.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to
Sounded sick. That was cool. I
the
like
Producer
that one.
Lounge. Brought to you by Always 400. Big shout out to everybody here, all our subs. Thank you guys. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hit that pesky little subscribe button.
Yeah.
Yep. Like,
So that-
subscribe, give
so
us
that
your
you
firstborn
know-
son. All
Right.
the usual.
That way you guys know. You
Yeah.
know,
Go to the
when
Discord.
it's going down.
Always400.com for all the deets.
Yeah, if you guys go to always400.com, it literally has the most recent episode. The most recent episode of the podcast. It has what we've released
Yep.
in terms of the label. It's got links to the Discord and Instagram. And
You know,
It's a gr-
OnlyFans.
it's a great way to stay in
OnlyFans.
shape.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
You know, so I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. You know, we love you guys,
Could be.
and until next week.
Always 400.
That's right. That's right, baby. We love you guys.